My first choice this week is not the Sound of Metal, but just Sound of Metal. There's no the at the beginning of this movie title. Just Sound of Metal. And it's from 2019. Back of the box here. A heavy metal drummer's life is thrown into free fall when he begins to lose his hearing. So there's a lot of care put into the making of this movie. Writer and director Darius Marder hired primarily deaf actors to fill out all of the roles of the hearing impaired in the film. But I do think that the decision to shoot it chronologically was smart, especially when you learn a little bit more about how the characters approached the part and the different scenes they played in the movie, the relationships that unfold. The 2 takes for every scene just feels maybe just like, hey, this is gonna be my thing.
Slightly arbitrary. I could see like
for sure.
We'll do 2, but like if we need 3, like we'll do 3. But like,
it worked though.
Yeah, definitely worked.
Yeah, so maybe he got lucky, but maybe not, because you got Riz Ahmed, who plays the lead role in this movie. He was completely devoted to the part. So 8 months before shooting began, Ahmed prepared for the film by spending 2 hours a day learning American Sign Language, 2 hours a day in drum lessons. He played all of the drums in this, 2 hours a day with a personal trainer, and the remaining time in a day with his acting coach. Then once filming began, he used auditory blockers kind of deep inside his ear canal to simulate what it was like to be deaf during production. He communicated with the deaf actors using American Sign Language. Like, he really committed. One thing that caught my attention, and I was just surprised by this and kind of taken aback by it, is that the American Sign Language conversations aren't subtitled in the movie until the lead character learns American Sign Language.
Right.
And so you feel what he's feeling, which is just ostracized by this new community and lost kind of in this world. And
I feel it.
Yeah, when they come on, it's like, oh my gosh, I understand now.
Yeah.
So why did I choose this? I think that the idea of hearing loss or losing your sight is something that's probably impossible to imagine unless you're born with that handicap. I don't know that guys like us could ever get into the head of somebody who's going through what Ruben does. But the fact that he's a drummer, in my opinion, really helps you understand what he's going through. It's likely that drumming probably triggered the hearing loss, but it also helps the audience begin to track what Ruben is experiencing at the onset of his disability. Ruben is the character's name. So the instrument plays an important role in both the character's life and I think the audience's experience watching the movie. This was inspired by an unfinished documentary about the drummer from a band called Jucifer, who went through a similar trauma. He blew out his eardrums and, was kind of thrust into this.
That's a cool name for a band.
Yeah, we'll talk about band names in a moment. I think Riz Ahmed is phenomenal in this movie.
He is.
Yeah, it's a very physical performance. His eyes, his expressions, his ability to play the drums, all of it's very captivating. This movie won Oscars for Best Sound and Best Editing, but I think Ahmed should have taken home a statue because he's just tremendous. My criticism of this movie is the name of the band that Ruben belongs to.
What was it again?
Blackgammon.
Yeah.
In a world where we have fictional band names like Spinal Tap, Wild Stallions, even the Lone Rangers, I just think Blackgammon leaves a little bit to be desired.
Yeah, but I think that kind of like it's kind of where they are as a band.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like because you remember the name Blackgammon. It's not a great name, but it's memorable.
It is.
You'll remember when they come to your town, and I can see it. It's not a great name for a band, but I think it fits.
Okay. Yeah. It's not the worst name.